In today's video, we'll take a look on home affordability, home appreciation pricing, mortgage rates, and of course, real estate market report for data of March 2024 in Southwest Florida. My name is Anna Eckstein, Naples Ultimate Luxury Group, MVP Realty. Let's start. Well, let's start with inventory across the United States. What's happening with inventory? Are we getting more inventory? As a Realtor.com stated, the inventory of the homes actively for sale increased in 45 out 50 states in the largest metro areas compared with the last year. So we definitely notice in our area, Southwest Florida, we definitely inventory on a rise. This is, I've been indicated in every single video that we definitely getting inventory. And here we are. We can take a look, the United States, state by state, what states added and how much inventory. And you can see this is for the March, year over year. This is for the March 2024. And you can see that Florida is definitely inventory on the rise as much as 57%. Now, I always say every city, every county, every even community is different. So we definitely would need to look into more specific area if you're the buyer or the seller, you're looking to sell or purchase property in Southwest Florida. But you can take a pause, take a look at the map if you're interested in your state. That's what currently been happening. And for the first 3 months of this year, the inventory homes is definitely on a rise across the United States. And it's been since highest level on the rise since 2020. However, the inventory this March is much improved compared to the previous 3 years, but it's still down 37.9%. That's huge, guys, if you really think about how much inventory, and you will see, especially in the local updates that we will do later in this video, you will see the inventory is definitely on the rise, but it's still 37.9% down compared to 2017 and 2019. And here we will look in the chart where we say we compare 2021, 2022, 23, and 24. And you can definitely see, and this is in thousands, right? So the lowest we had is comparing 2022, we had under 400,000 homes for sale. And now we above of 600,000 homes for sale. Which is interesting, almost actually 700,000, 694,820. It's 23.5% year-over-year increase. This is comparison, a little bit more data taken in consideration, and you can see definitely, we just talked about this 4-year period and this 4-year period, and you can see it's definitely inventory on the rise. But you can imagine that in 2017, we had, well, at some point we have over 1,200,000 homes for sale, which is incredible. It's definitely was very interesting market to be around, and I definitely experienced the market at that time. And I will tell you this: I went through financial crisis. We went through the 2017, 2018 inventory increase. There's definitely things to compare to today's market and see what can happen in future. If you take a look, you can also compare the March of the number of the homes is definitely on the rise. We just look on the chart before this. And so this is from Realtor.com, actually. It's overall inventory. The sellers, it's still for many different variety of reasons why do you need to sell the homes, but you can definitely see that it's on a rise, and after it's 15.5% after the market actually on the 5th month of increased listing activity after 17 months streak of declined. Newly listed homes, you can definitely see here, we're in March, is definitely compared to last year. We have definitely more homes for sale as a new listed homes versus 2023. The consumer attitude towards home selling condition increased markedly in February as a current home buyer particularly expressed greater optimism. It's what is actually a good time to sell. And of course, for the past couple of years, just so many YouTubers out there, they're just so expecting market crash and a real estate market crash. And I said, well, so far, there's no really ingredients to fully be in a market crash indicators. But the inventory is on the rise, something that we definitely need to keep an eye. And you never know what the future holds. Yesterday, Mr. Powell, he had a press conference with basically indicating where we at. A lot of people, and on my channel, I always say, we're happening. I don't predict the future, but I definitely can see what happened in the past, and we can analyze and understand. And like we said on this channel for the past 3 months, the inflation is on the rise, and many people had a concern. This will be a rate increase. We will be start talking about rates increase because that would be definitely devastating to the economy. And Mr. Powell came yesterday and he said, well, no expectation of the rates increase. He said, we're not in stagflation, which I have a little bit different opinion on that, but I've been telling you guys, I felt in stagflation, oh my goodness, for the past year at least. The inflation's still high enough, in my opinion. And it's tough for many Americans up there. So the expenditure is going up. I think the last month's expenditure increased by 0.8%, but personal income increased only by 0.5%, and the savings decrease by to 3.2% versus 3.8%. 3.6% actually was months prior to that, and compared to a 12-month saving, it's decreased. 12 months was about like 5.5. So it's definitely, you can see the consumers being hurt, and we'll see what happens. But the federal government, the Fed, decided obviously to keep the rates at 5.5%, and with indication that the long-term inflation, basically what Mr. Powell said, the long-term inflation is expectations still be, it's slower, but it's on a track, and to be to the 2% target. It's just a slower pace, how long would take them to get there. And the 3 months, the inflation rise, there wasn't as much concern for him. His economy is doing strong, which is it is. The first quarter GDP came in at 1.6, and the compared to the fourth quarter, it was like 3.4%. So you definitely see the economy slowing down, even in GDP reading, as much as you want to believe in that. So, but yeah, we'll see. So expectation rate cuts is definitely still on the table. Not as much for June. I think that pretty much decreased quite a bit. September, we'll see what happens. It's just so many different factors involved when it comes to the rate decrease. In my opinion, yes, they have to start cutting the rates, hopefully not for the wrong reason, but time we will see, right? But this is the table of expectation of the rates. So this is consumer expectation of the rates. I think like many of the consumers, they kind of realize, well, I don't think we can see anymore 2%, 3% interest rate. So this is the table, kind of what expectation is. And I will have another video on more economic data on CPI, PC, things like that. So if you do like these videos and you would like to keep tracking those type of economic updates, I will attach this video at the end of this video. So please do watch if you get a little bit more detail on economic data. So as you can see now at basically 5.5%, 6%, that would be considered a good rate. So we'll see when that will be obviously going in. And you can see the housing data is still on the rise due to the population grow and the job grow. Tomorrow, by the way, the job releases. So we'll see what non-farm payroll So it'll be interesting to see what the data would be. That would be for April of 2024, tomorrow. So about affordability, I spoke so many times on the channel that affordability is so low at this time. Like I never saw so low in all my career, and I've been selling real estate for almost 20 years. And you can see on the chart, this is go from 1980s, no, from, sorry, 1990s. And you can see this is where we at. Like we never been so low in home pricing affordability. This is orange is our financial crisis. Where we had many foreclosure, short sales, distressed properties. And you can see from 1990s, this is the lowest home affordability where we at. The interest rate is so high, the property prices is so high. I just don't see how that can be sustainable, but we'll see. So wages, mortgage rates, home prices. The wage growth obviously has been on the rise due to the inflation and other the factors. But like I say, yes, the wages is rising, but personal expenditure rising faster than wages. Like the last month, the wages rose by 0.5%, but personal expenditure rose by 0.8%. Yes, you make more money, but you like spend way more than you can actually even have the rate, increase. So this is the home appreciation expectation throughout the country for 2024. I bring this chart very often, just kind of keep you up to date with expert thinking of future home appreciation. So you can pause, take a look. And here we are. We are going back to our local real estate market update for Southwest Florida. And our update including Naples, Marco Island, Bonita Springs, and Estadio. You can see on the middle. And the month that we're covering here is the current month that we have a data. So we cover in March of 2024, and we compare what happened in the local market compared to 12 months and compared to the 30 days. So we're comparing to March 2023 and February 2024. So if you like to pause and take a look the numbers for each cities, but basically on the middle, this is our actual numbers that was recorded as an active inventory for the March of 2024. And then we compare to the 12 months and to the 30 days. So you can see, we've been talking about in the previous charts that nationwide inventory is definitely on the rise, and you can definitely see, and we said there was 57%, the average inventory being on the rise in Florida. And you can definitely see that in our local market compared to the 12 months. So you can see like a startup for single, oh, by the way, this one, the first portion is a single family homes. The second is townhouses and condos. So you can see like in a startup, the inventory on active inventory rose 84%. Now, active inventory is not a new listing. We will cover that in the chart. It's the listing that was staying active in the month of March of 2024. And on the bottom of each slide, you can actually read explanation of this chart. But you can see that Marco Island as much as 26%, Naples as much as 45% on single family homes. Condos, that's crazy. We added so much more active inventory. Is basically we just didn't have enough. The listings is added into the market, new listings, but those ones that stay so the market cannot sell fast enough. So it's all kind of piling up. So if you the buyer, that's a really great for you because now you have so much choices. You definitely in a buyer's market. You can negotiate better terms and conditions for your property, for the contract. If you're a seller, you have to be really wise who you choose to work with, who you choose to represent, because in today's market, it's a very competitive market, and you have to definitely stay out from the competition, not only on the ground, but online as well. So you can see that we definitely added 121% more condo inventory in the startup market compared to a year ago. So if you take a look, new listings, that's another chart that where we said this is new listings, new sellers decided to sell the properties. And you can see compared to a to a 12 months, you can see some cities didn't really add that much new listings. Naples for the single family home added as much as 12%. Marco Island for the condos added as much as 50%. And this is comparison to a 30 days. Month supply of inventory. So on the middle, you can see that if we would say how long would take based on current market condition, and that's subject to change, how long would take to deplete our current inventory. So this is number of months. So you can see the Naples 7.3 months, Marco Island 8.1 months. That's how long it would take to deplete the current inventory. And you can see the Naples for the single family homes added as much as 59% compared to a year ago. Marco Island actually declined by 5%, but you can see the Marco Island is actually higher months to deplete the inventory compared to the Naples. Naples is 7.3, Marco Island is 8.1. For the condos, you can see across the board, we definitely we are in buyer's market, but you can see the Naples added as much as 133%, Estero as much as 163%. And this is 30-day comparison. So showing pro listing is average number of showings scheduled on active listings per month. So this has nothing to do with spending. How many showings do you need to actually have until property goes under contract? This is just the average showing schedule. And you can see that there's a number of showings in the middle, and you can see we lost some of the definitely buyer foot traffic. You can definitely felt this season that the foot traffic is definitely, it was down, but it was a lot of serious buyers who stepping into the plate and say, hey, that's my time to buy. And you can see that Estero and Naples down as much as 32% to 34%, but Bonita actually increased by 33% on single-family homes. Across the board on the condos, you can see the number of showings is actually really down. So let's take a look, medium showing pro pending. So this is number of showing schedule pro listing that went into pending status. So remember, this is how many on average would took showings and property goes to pending, right? In the month of March. So you can see that this is the number over here in the middle, and you can see that definitely Bonita Springs and Naples definitely got increase number per showings to get pending. So there's more people would need to see the property until the property goes under contract. Why? Because we have more inventory, there's more new listings, there's more active inventory, there's more things to see. And you can also see for the condo, overall, Bonita and Estero up, Naples down by 22%, Marco down as well. All right, let's take a look, medium days on the market. Medium days on the market is number of days between when property is listed and when offer is accepted in given month, which is March. And you can see on the middle that in Naples on average is 49 days. Marco Island 72, Bonita Springs 60, and Estero is 32. And you can see those numbers being on a rise compared to the 12-month period. Why? Well, all those charts before, you can see the active inventory added in, the new listing added in. We definitely in buyer's market, and you can see in Bonita Springs, so in single-family home, as much as 252%, guys. That's amazing. You definitely can see inventory being added to the market. And remember, one of the slides I showed to you in the beginning, that Florida on average was adding in 57% more inventory. So this is why slides like this, you can see the days on the market is rising because we definitely have more inventory. For the condo, the same concept, you see Estero as much as 123% for the condos. So if we take a look, the next chart is a pending inventory. Pending inventory, you can see on the middle for single family homes, how many homes in Naples when pending, Marco Island, Bonita, Estero, and you can see condo as well. And then you can compare to the 12 months, obviously, and 30 days. That's how we look in the charts, right? And you can see the pending inventory flat pretty much in Naples, minus 2%, in Bonita Springs and Estero, the Marco is up by 8%. For the condos, you can see that Marco is up. The remaining city are down on a pending inventory. So the less properties when pending compared to 12 months ago in Southwest Florida. You can see compared to 30 days, actually, across the board for single-family homes, we are up on a pending and kind of mix for the condos. So the next slide is a median price of the last list price. So if you imagine that the seller is negotiating as 100%, that's how much they're getting as their selling price that the property is going in under contract at. Actually, it's not that bad. You can compare. They're all in the 90s, 96.5%, 97.6%. This is, again, medium percentage is in Estero for the condos, but you can see across the board, they actually down slightly compared to the 12 months and pretty much down even compared to the 30 days, except Estero almost flat at 0.2%. So median price per square foot. Again, if you watch my channel, this is average for the city based on single-family homes and condos. But every neighborhood has their own price per square foot. So if you are a seller, if you're thinking of selling property, would love to just sit down with you and give you a detailed marketing plan for your property and give you exactly understanding what to expect price per square foot in your neighborhood based on your property. And if the buyer would love to work with you as well, to find for you a home for your family. And again, would love to just sit down and create with you the plan of your home search in Southwest Florida. But you can see median price per square foot is actually on a rise for a single family home in all three cities, except Estero is actually down by 7%. For condos, you can see they're somewhat almost flat, plus 1% in Naples, minus 1 in Bonita, minus 1 in Estero, minus 2 in Marco Island. Compared to the 30 days, you can see the kind of mix across the board, but you can pause and take a look at the percentage. So the next slide would like to share with you is a medium sales price. So medium sales price, you can see is not, some places like in Naples for single family home, our medium sales price in March is actually up compared to the 12 months ago. Compare in Marco Island, and Estero is down by 6%, and Bonita is down by 7%. So you don't see as so many people anticipated the market crash. I mean, you can really see clearly you definitely see the inventories on the rise. Definitely, there's no question asked about. But you can see in month over month, I guys deliver new numbers for each breakdown, for each city, for each single family homes, for the condos. You can see it's yes, there's some plus, there's some minus down. Like, look, our condos across the board is actually medium sales price higher compared to the 12 months, as much as Marco Island, 9%. Even compared to the 30 days, you can see all the condos, the pricing actually is up as much as 14% in Bonita Springs. Naples for the single family, and also Estero is down compared to the 30 days. So the next chart that we'll be covering is the dollar value. If you take all the sales and added them up for the month of March, you can see on the middle, this is the amount, how much the single family home sold in the month of March, and the same thing, condos. You can see the sales volume is actually dollar volume is up 9% in Naples, but they are down across the Bonita Springs, Marco, and Estero. And the same thing for the condos. They are down by 21%, 7%. They're actually up by 61% in Marco Island and down 28%. they're all up across the board compared to the 30 days ago. So look the next chart. This is our last chart actually. And if you see that this is how many sales do we have for the closed sales for the single family homes in all 4 cities and for the condos as well. But look at this chart, like just how you put in all together as a full picture. Look, the closed sales. So there's more properties sold, number of properties that sold for the month of March, right? And look, if I go on the back, the sales, the dollar volume, those properties also up. So you can kind of understand. And look, the Bonita is down, right? Marco is down. Estero down the 13% on a dollar volume, right? But on the closed sales, you can see they're also down, but the Estero actually was up. So like, for example, what do you mean in Estero, right? So there's more sales by 3% was higher, more number of transaction, but was less expensive properties because the dollar volume is actually down. So you see, that's how you start looking those charts. Okay, so dollar volume is higher, and but transaction dollar volume is lower, but transaction is number of transactions is higher. Yes, the more homes can close. Like for example, Nastaro closed 81 homes, but some of them homes or that was not as expensive as a last year compared to the 2023. So that's how you start putting those charts together. And like, for example, let's say take a look. So 61% in Marco Island dollar volume. So there's obviously was more expensive properties when you added them all together, right? And then when you look here, and this number of the sales was also up by 9%, but the dollar volume was up by 61%. So it's just interesting. I'm a very data-oriented person. I like to see the numbers, understand them. And I just wanted to share with you. So this is our last chart. I hope you and your family enjoy this video and find this information valuable. If you do, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're thinking of moving to Southwest Florida, or you're thinking of selling to Southwest Florida, I would love to sit down with you and your family and create a detailed plan how we can accomplish and reach your real estate goals in Southwest Florida. My name is Anna Eckstein with Naples Ultimate Luxury Group, MVP Realty. My phone number 239-249-4476. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain.